I'm Karen Holmes, Director of Admissions and College Counseling here at the King's Academy, and this is our class placement meeting for rising 7th and 8th graders for the 2020-2021 school year. This is a meeting that we would typically have sometime in April one evening, but of course, due to current circumstances, we'll be having this meeting virtually. So I hope this helps answer a lot of your questions. Of course, please, if you have any questions, please feel free to call me or shoot me an email. Along with the email that you would have received this link in for this website, for this presentation, you'll also receive a copy of the class placement form. It looks kind of like this. Now, it's not going to be filled out for your individual student, but in the body of the email, it's going to have their recommended class placements for math and English. So the math and English course placement, it is determined by the subject GPA, test scores, and teacher recommendation. These teachers are taking into account all these things as well as their performance in the classroom to place your student in the best class where they are going to succeed and flourish the most. Note that 7th graders will take study skills in a language lab alongside their English. So one semester they'll have study skills, a second they will have keyboarding. And then on the alternate days, they're going to have English labs. So it gives them opportunity to really practice those writing skills that they're being taught. There is an appeals process, a written appeal by a parent to the head of school explaining reasons the student's placement should be reconsidered. For middle school, it is just a parent that needs to email Mr. Van Ness. Please copy me on the email as well as I keep track of all of those. If a student is allowed to move up in their placement, then I will monitor that. We normally give them about a 30-day period to kind of try out the class, and if they're doing well, they'll stay put. If they're struggling some, then we may pull them back. So in middle school, we have what's called academic and enriched tracks for math and English. The enriched track is just going to cover more material, go at a faster pace, so it's the equivalent of honors and CP courses in high school. We've already kind of covered our sciences, but 7th grade will have life science and 8th grade will have earth science. So there's nothing really to choose there. It gets a little more complicated as you get older though. In 7th grade, they will have 7th grade Bible. 8th grade is 8th grade Bible, whereas once they get to high school, we have a curriculum that the entire high school takes each year and it rotates through. Electives, all middle school students will take art, music, PE, and Spanish in a rotation, unless, of course, they enroll in tutorial study hall with the Discovery program. Then their elective schedule could look a little different. All 7th graders will be taking world history, and all 8th graders will be taking South Carolina history. As for technology, all of our 7th graders will take keyboarding. That's what we were discussing earlier. It's an alternation with the English lab and the study skills. 8th graders, please pay attention here. All 8th graders will take computer science, and this is a high school course, so you receive credit. So 8th graders, this is where your GPA footprint begins. It's very important. This affects your class rank, your GPA, which of course affects scholarship money as well as acceptance to colleges. So please take this class very seriously. With that being said, some of our 8th graders will also have additional GPAs because they may have been recommended for Algebra 1 honors and English 1 honors, which are typically 9th grade level courses. So in math and English for 7th grade, you simply have enriched and academic tracks. In 8th grade, you have the honors 9th grade level track, the enriched track, and then the academic track. We had some confusion previously about the enriched and the honors being the same thing. It is not. It's a completely different level. So please pay close attention to that. This is just, this can also be found on our website. It's a chart for TKA graduation requirements. I'm also going to send this PowerPoint presentation to you because I know it may be a little difficult to see everything on the screen, but I'm hoping the screen is helping a little bit. But you'll see all the credits, the courses that are offered, and then of course you'll see what credits are required. So science, our students will have 4 units, one of which will be a non-lab, but 3 have to be lab sciences. So that's there, and again, I said it's on our website. So testing, all of our 7th and 8th graders will continue the Terra Nova testing just like they did in elementary school. 8th grade is the cutoff for that. Our 8th graders who will be taking Algebra 1 and English 1 honors courses will also be taking the PSAT with our 9th, 10th, and 11th graders in the fall. That's normally mid-October. And then they can be recommended as junior scholars based on their scores for this one. Now 7th graders, it's important for you to take those seriously as well, because 7th graders can be recommended for the Duke TIP program, which gets them early recognition with colleges. It's especially important for those considering medical fields and engineering fields, but there are other fields that it's important for as well, but those are specific ones for the Duke TIP program. And then of course scholarships. So for our 8th graders, we were talking about that GPA footprint. This is where it all comes down to. When you graduate, if you have a 3.0 GPA or higher, you'll get $2,500 a year. And if you maintain a 3.0 GPA your first semester, it will bump up to the Life Scholarship. So let me point out, you cannot get all 3 of these scholarships. You will get 1 of the 3 if you meet the criteria. In the Life Scholarship, you have to meet 2 of the 3 criteria, either have a 3.0 GPA or better at the end of your senior year, 1100 SAT, 24 ACT, or be in the top 30% of your class. This is a renewable one for 4 years. It is $4,700. And then the Palmetto Fellow Scholarship, there are 2 different ways you can receive this one. You either must meet the first 3 criteria, which is the 3.5 GPA, 1200 SAT, 27 ACT, or top 6% of your class. Or you can make a 4.0 GPA and have a 1400 SAT or a 32 ACT to receive the Palmetto Fellow Scholarship, which is $6,700. Renewable for 4 years. We have had students get this scholarship both ways. So again, take your GPA seriously, because it makes an impact in the long run. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. You will receive their individual placements. What we're going to do is, rather than all of you having to return confirmation that you agree with the classes, we will be taking appeals up through May 15th. So if you want to appeal the decision to take a higher level course, you need to email Mr. Van Ness and myself before May 15th. Otherwise, we're going to consider that you are okay with your class placement. Again, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Thanks so much.